Okay, now that we've got all of the API elements in place for this, what we'll do is we'll take a look at our user interface and we'll display following information on our client. So there's a few areas we want to display this information. If we hover over the attendees of an activity, then we've got followers information there. We'd also like to highlight in some way if a user is following a user that is attending an activity. If we go to an activity itself, then on the right hand side we want to update the following information there. So there's a few places we need to do this so that we can see the results of what we've done in our API. But first of all, we're going to open up our profile.ts class and we're going to add some additional properties to our profile to accommodate the new information that we're going to be returning with the profile here as well. So we're going to have a followers count, which is going to be a number. And we'll also have a following count, again a number, and we're going to have a following property, which is going to be a Boolean. And then we can go ahead and make use of these in our components. So we'll start off with the activity detailed sidebar, first of all. And what we've got in here is our list of attendees. And each one of these attendees now is going to have that following property. So what we can do is inside here, when we've got our item extra, we can say attendee.following double ampersand, and let's just stick the closing bracket after this. And if we go take a look, and let's just refresh our page, and let's go to, well, let's take a look. Let's go to future activity 1. We know we're following Tom, so let's click on view and we can see the following is highlighted on Tom's profile and not on the other ones. Perfect. What we'll do next is take a look at the attendees, the activity list item attendees themselves. So we'll open up activity list item attendee, and what we'll do is we'll just add an orange border around the image, the attendee's image, to show whether or not they're following that particular user. So what we'll do is we'll just create a style to do this inside our component here, and we'll say const styles equals, and we'll give it a border color, and we'll set this to orange, and we'll give it a border width, and we'll set this equal to 2. And inside the image itself, we'll update these properties. So I'll just move these down so it fits on the screen. And we need to make the image bordered first of all. And then we can give it a style, and we can make this conditional. So we'll say attendee.following, and we'll use a ternary, and if we are following, then we're going to set the styles that we just created, or if we're not following, then that's going to be null. And if we go take a look at our browser and go back to our activities, then we can see that Tom, kind of subtle, but there is an orange border around Tom and not around the others. And then what we also need to do is update the profile header as well and update the statistics for this particular user. We'll deal with the following button shortly, but first of all, let's just add the statistics in there. So we'll open up the profile header, and inside here we can update the value of the followers and say profile.followers count, and same goes for the following as well, and say profile.following count. And if we go take a look, we should find that Bob has 1 followers and 1 following. And there's one more place actually we need to go back to and correct, and that's just the number of followers that we have on each attendee as well. So back to the attendee list item once again, and it's actually in the profile card that we need to do this. So we'll open up the profile card, and what we can do is specify the number of followers here. So what we'll do is we'll just say profile.followers count, and that'll go ahead and update that particular property as well. So let's go take a look. And if we hover over this, Diana's got 0 followers, Bob has 1 followers, and we should see the same for Tom based on what testing we've done so far. And that is indeed the case. So with that in place, what we'll look at next is adding the functionality to follow or unfollow another user.